Okay, here's an old boot lid. This is one that is appropriate for the age of the car. Basically, it has the holes, these holes here, for internal or on boot seal, as opposed to the on car boot seal. And it's using masking tape to mask these holes out, and then what we're going to do is transfer that onto the new bonnet. Sorry, new boot. Well, not new, but boot that's from a more modern car. I think probably a 90s car. And then we'll put this tape on and drill the holes, so then we can have the same holes and fit the same type of seal. Alright, so we're just using that hole, which is for the lock plate, just to fit relative, and then obviously I've got the line drawn where it went into that crease. So we're just basically using this in the same way, and then we'll lay that onto this side, and then here get this right into the crease. It's not quite far enough, slightly further, that's too far, slightly less far, maybe there, and then we got that, and then we can just push it down and it'll show us where these holes are supposed to go. So I'll get that done. Okay, that's in place. I've got 3 sizes of drill, up to 6.5, which is the right size for the holes. So we're like 3, 4.5, 6.5. Yeah, I should have done this before painting, but I didn't realise it wasn't on there, because weirdly the holes along the bottom edge are still there on the newer boots. So it's just the sides and the top I'm going to do, and then we'll work some paint into the little holes so they don't rust out. So yeah, let's do some drilling. Right, okay, let's take this tape off. And then bring in the old boot. And hopefully now you can't tell the difference. I've also done the ones in the side. Let's say the ones on the bottom are already there. So hopefully now we can fit the seal onto the boot that we're going to use. Right, disassembling the door. To get the glass out, you basically want to, when that's winder unit stuck in there, you want to undo all the bolts, release all the sealant, wind it all the way up to the top, and then you'll see that it starts pushing the unit down. Then you have to just push it this way so it comes out from behind here. I'll show you that little tag, that tag that's tucked underneath there. So when you wind it, once you've got all the bolts undone all the way, when you wind it, it will just slowly edge down maybe to about there. Then you've got to push it to release that tag from behind there. Then what you want to do is basically wind the window back down again all the way, and then when you start winding the window down, you want to try and help this unit come down, and then you get it down to about here. Then you can push the window all the way along one way and get one wheel off the track, and then push it all the way the other way and get the other wheel off the track. When I say track, I'm referring to those tracks there, which need changing because they're super rusty. And then you can tilt the front of the window down and then lift the window out vertically, and it will just go one side of the top bar. Right, last bit to say, make sure you leave the handle in there screwed on, and then you detach the screws from this, and you detach the screws from this. There's 2 circlips which I'll show you in a second, and then there's one connection to the door handle in there. Can't see, but maybe if I put the light on. Oh, I still don't think you can see. Focus. Right, I can show you when I got it off, but it's a push fit connection. So what I'm going to do effectively is just push these two rods out hard and pop this away. So yeah, that's come off. Basically it was that little arm there, that connects to the door handle, which I'll be able to show you in a second. And then there's circlips here and here which we'll be able to take off. So you can wiggle this till it becomes free. It's a bit tight because both that tag and that tag have to try and fit through this hole at the same time, which is the same width. Here we are building up the new doors. So first thing I'm doing is just using some more of this, which is the sound deadening. Basically the reason I'm using this is because it's non-fibrous and won't hold water like the fibre used to be here, and also it's dual purpose because I'm also going to use it here in place of the putty for this sort of sealing of the window regulator. So I'm just going to get that stuck on, and then we'll get the window regulator in place. Basically the way you do that is you wind the arms to a certain position where you can then push it down one rail and then push it down the other rail, and then you sort of wind the regulator. You wind the regulator and bring it up into the middle. Here's the regulator then. So I've just peeled off all the old putty that we're now replacing with this. What I'm going to do is just put a little bit of grease on these teeth, and a little bit of WD-40 around here, and a bit of grease on these, which are the wheels that go into the window runners. We'll put a little bit of grease along the window runners as well. So let's just get that done. But basically we've got the arms wound pointing up. Just bring the window to just above the middle of here, and then you can slide that one wheel into there. Grease everywhere. And then you can move it along to there, and then you can put this wheel in. My arm's not in the way. Like that. So now the regulator is attached to both pieces, and hopefully when we pull the window up, the regulator goes up as well. Okay, and then we should be able to wind the regulator up into position. Okay, now I need to push it this way, and then need to get that tab behind here and then push it back. So now we're pretty close. We just need to line up some screw holes, get some of the screws we've been saving for years. And then that leaves these hanging out the end here, so that allows us to attach the block and the circlips. I won't be able to hold the phone and do that, so I'm going to do that now. So there's one circlip installed, and then obviously the other one on the back of here. Right, we've got our handle here, we've got our new gasket piece on there. You have to push this down, otherwise it won't go in, and then see here, this is going to click onto the back of the lock plate. You can't see it in there, but there's a little bar in there. See, that's going to click onto there once I get it right. And now they are clicked together. So if I move they move as one now. Okay, fine. Now you need to leave it ever so slightly proud of the door here, so you have access to this hole, so you can attach the door handle. And then the other door handle hole is through this little cutout here. So this latching plate's now connected to 1, 2 and the handle inside, 3 things. So I've just got to screw that up and screw this up. And the interior of the door will be finished and we'll fit the door card. Right, just going to check the operation now. So we take a screwdriver or something into the lock, just push it through, check this handle, makes it click, which it did. Close the door again, check that the lock goes across, which it does. Unlock, lock, unlock, and then open. So that's all working. Right, we're going to fit the board now. So basically, take this handle off. Basically we just put the top of the board in there first, and then we go round and we click all the poppers in.